all, apologies for the slightly late start, but that's entertainment, absolutely, and it won't reduce what we're going to do for you later, so don't worry about that. We're not going to cut any numbers or anything. Welcome to everyone. I'm so happy that you could all be here to celebrate Derek's 80th birthday with him this evening. Well, what can we say about Derek? A man of many parts. Ardent sailor, passionate follower of rugby and cricket, opera buff, master of the telegraph crossword, head butler to the Burmese cat, pensions wizard, and of course, chief contributor to the Bookies Benevolent Fund. So, ladies and gentlemen, before the cabaret starts, I'd like you all, I think you've all got a glass of champagne.
Yep.
I'd like you all to raise your glasses to Derek. And if you'd all like to follow me, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Derek. Happy birthday to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you've all got party poppers, so this is probably the time to have them at the ready. And please do observe the extraordinary decorations going on that extraordinary cake over there, which you'll all be getting a piece of in a minute. So, with your party poppers at the ready, I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, 3 cheers for Derek. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! One for that, hip hip! Okay, before we go any further, I would actually like to offer Derek himself the floor for a few moments, because I think he'd probably like to say something to all of you before we get on with the show. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let him go up on the stage.
Right.
Get off!
Thank you, Sam. Thank you all for your good wishes.
You're welcome.
I know you want a cabaret. You don't want to
We do.
hear me talking. But some people have said, what's the purpose of these 4 pictures on your programme? Well, other than that lot there, and all you lovely people there, these are my 4 loves in life. Rugby, cricket, sailing, and horse racing. Contributing to the Bookies Benevolent Fund. I could tell you a long story about every one of these pictures.
Get off!
This is his daughter talking.
But if I did, I would take up the whole of the time of the cabaret. But saying my daughter is making rude remarks, no doubt, I would like to make a nice remark about my daughter. Because she is responsible for that work of art there, which you can hardly call a birthday cake, but it is a work of art. I'm told, and how these people are going to cut it, I have no idea, because it is full of fruit and brandy. But these 4 pictures, just let me give you a little insight into these 4 pictures. These are my loves, and therefore I thought the best way for a family to bond is to share your loves with your family. My late wife Mary would have said, well, all you are demonstrating to your friends here is that you're a sadomasochist. Because rugby she considered to be a rather sadistic game. after this afternoon's defeat by Australia, I'm in front. But I remember taking my elder daughter, Pamela, to Twickenham. I thought, what better way to bond with my daughter than to take her to the game that I loved. That was a bit of a disaster. Halfway through the game, she was tugging at my sleeve. She was about 7, I think, at the time, with tears streaming down her eyes as a ruck was taking place right underneath us, and arms and legs and bits of body were flying all over the place. And she turned to me and she said, "But Daddy, surely some of them must be friends." And she was a bit confused when I tried to explain that actually they're all friends and they'd all go out and have a beer together afterwards. But net result of that is I don't think it did much in the bonding sense, and it did put Mary in bed for about a week afterwards, because having been frozen stiff at Twickenham, she picked up a rather nasty cold. Well, cricket, my next love, I thought this wonderful, scintillating, exhilarating, exciting, intellectually stimulating game was just the thing for my younger daughter, especially as she actually took her first steps on a cricket field when I was playing for the local village team. Unfortunately, when she was able to express her opinion of the game, she used a very vulgar, rude, 6-letter word starting with the word B. Boring. Cricket? Boring? Most intellectually stimulating game that there is. So that didn't do very much with bonding with Jill. Jill had in fact bonded with some nag called Bobby, where she spent virtually the whole of her teenage years, until such time as she realised there was something called boys around the place. So I decided to tear her away from the stables and take her sailing in the North Sea. I sailed on a dragon in those days, Jeff, you know, a pretty mean, rough sort of sailing boat, very, very good racing boat. But unfortunately, that episode ended up with Jill in the middle of Bridlington Harbour, having done a wonderful trapeze act of flying through the air, when she completely ignored a perfectly clear call from me when I said "Jive-O." My crewman flattened himself. My darling daughter, who was no doubt polishing her nails at the time, or dreaming of Bobby, didn't flatten herself and ended up going somewhere into the middle of Bridlington Harbour. Now, I explained to her afterwards that didn't happen all the time. That was exceptional, and that next time it would be perfectly all right. And I seem to remember she said, "Daddy, darling, there won't be a next time." But I'm not sure whether that is what she said. I'm sure it's what she meant. But there were so many invectives in it, so many adjectives, which I have never dreamt a convent-educated girl would ever have known of them, but I'm not sure what she actually said. But we are bonded at last, I think, with a horse. And there's the story. There's Scarlett smirking there. There's Jill. I mean, I was surrounded by this female loveliness, and I had no idea. I had no intention of buying a horse. And I ended up buying a horse. Anyway, earn more. He will be a champion, Rod, hopefully.
Yay.
Raising at Goodwood next year. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm not sure whether the bonding is going to work, because I do just suspect at times when I talk about him racing, I get comments, "Oh, Dad, you're not actually going to put him in to race against those other nasty, rough horses, are you? He might get bumped. He might get bored. He might get kicked." I said, "Almost certainly he will get bumped. Almost certainly he will get kicked." And all of a sudden it goes rather quiet. She said, "Well, what if a jockey starts hitting him?" I said, "I couldn't care less, as long as it gets him past the winning post first." And there's a great silence. So perhaps we haven't bonded after all. But I've tried to bond with my family.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the cabaret. So may I present to you the IQ musicians.
Underneath the arches, everywhere dreams of mine. On cobblestones we lay. Every night you'll find higher down and warm. Happy when the daylight comes creeping, heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining, and sleeping when it's dark. Trains rattling by, places out there. Oh man, we'll be straight. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away.
Lovely melody, bud.
Certainly is, Chess.
Do you remember when we first sang it?
Yes, I do. We were sitting on the right seat front looking at the old West here. You read the newspaper.
That's quite right, bud. I've still got that newspaper. Do you remember the date? It's 1924.
Oh, go on, bud. Read those headlines again.
Here's one, bud. Exclusive mole and fox skin purchase at Devon and Freebody of Wigmore Street.
Ha ha. Listen to this one then. Still no matches for England after 12 years.
Well, not much has changed there, bud.
Listen to this one then. Old Percy Bandey's been at it again. Newborn boy, Derek Charles Bandey, born yesterday, November 9th.
Well, I'm not surprised to hear that, bud. Old Percy Bandey's never been very good at controlling himself. Well, things are a little different now, aren't they?
They certainly are, Chef. If they keep on going the way they are, you know we'll end up once again there, Chef. Sleeping when it's raining, and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattling by above. Raiment is our pillow, no matter where we stray. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'd like to sing another song for you. It's one of our favourite ones. It's called Run, Rabbit, Run. Every Friday on the farm, it's every Friday that ever comes along, I get up early and sing this little song. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't get the farmer's fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, oh, 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 run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 just the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, oh, 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 oh. Let the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to sing a song. It's a request by the guest of honour, Derek. He likes this old song. It's called Hometown.
This one's for you, Mr. Bandey.
This one's for you. Thank you. I can see a bunch of golden hips,
So up to the candy store, a whipping stick.
in my hometown. Why did I ever roam town? I must be crazy.
Though the city gals are not so slow, take me to the country gals I used to know.
I'm pining night and day for that old time new old hay.
Hometown,
Want to wander round your back streets, see the tumble down Ocean streets. I'm going back to see the twenty country cousins of mine. Hometown, where they get up in the morning and they're all so busy yawning. I'll get a welcome from the twenty country cousins of mine. I see an old schoolhouse door we used to tumble through at four. There's a small candy store where I could go and dust the lollipops and shout for more. Hometown, where the garden trees are shady, that's where Edie was a lady. I'm going back to see those morning country cousins of mine. Lollipops and shout for more. Hometown, where the garden trees are shady, that's where Edie was a lady. I'm going back to see those morning country cousins of mine.
This last song that we're going to do for you is a favourite of mine and Bud's from our wartime days. So, long time
Yes,
ago now.
this actually kept up the spirits of the people at home and all the boys on the front. So if you know the words of this, we'd really like you to move off and join in, please. Okay, music, maestro, please.
Mother did by writing you from somewhere in France. Oh, despise you well. Sergeant says I'm doing fine, a soldier and a half. Here's a song that you will sing, this'll make you laugh. Pushing on the sea-free line, have you any dirty washing, mother dear? We're gonna hang out the washing on the sea-free line, 'cause the washing day is here. The weather may be wet or fine, we're just rolling along without a care. We're gonna hang out washing on the sea-free line, 'cause the sea-free line's still there. Step left. We're gonna hang out washing on the sea-free line. Have you any dirty washing? We're gonna hang out washing on the sea-free line, if the washing day is here. The weather may be wet or fine, we're just rolling along without a care. We're gonna hang out washing on the sea-free line, if the sea-free line's still there.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our little show tonight.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to, in a musical sense, take a little bit forward in time now to the 1950s. Because you see, while Derek was crisscrossing the Atlantic with the South American Saint line, there was an altogether different kind of music being played from the sort of Flanagan and Allen type stuff that he would have grown up with. So, anytime you want to give me the band, guys. But the music, really the big difference was that jazz became involved. And we were talking about Cole Porter songs with Nelson Riddle arrangements, sung by such people as Sammy Davis Jr., Tony Bennett, and of course, Mr. Frank Sinatra. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. And I've got you under my skin. I tried so
time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. I've got you under my skin. If anybody could bear to dance, we've got a dance floor here, so you know, that's what these numbers were written for, you know. Anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats how it yelled in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Why not use your mentality? Get up, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. And I've got you under my skin, and I like you under my skin. Oh, I want you under my skin. I want to tell you a little story before we go on to the next song. Before that, I actually want to say that I've got a few numbers up here before the big man gets on later. So I want to see at least one couple from every single table come up here and dance, because you can dance to all these numbers that I'm going to sing. So I want to see a slow dance, fast dance, foxtrot, whatever you want to do. I want to see at least one couple from every single table come up here. I might ask you to pay for your drinks. Okay, I want to tell you a little story actually before we carry on, because you might be thinking to yourself, you know, why would I choose this music to sing in association to Derek? You know, you guys might not think that he was the sort of spendthrift, fast-moving kind of cat who'd hang out with people like Frank Sinatra and all of that. Well, I'd like to take you back to sometime during the Second World War, when young Derek was about 17, and he'd been in the Merchant Navy for about a year, and he'd come to London, and he was feeling pretty good about himself. You know, he had his uniform and he was doing rather well. And he'd come to the centre of London to meet with his brother. And his brother had asked him to meet him at the Café Royal. I don't know if any of you know what the Café Royal is, but we'll get to that in a minute if you... Derek found himself outside the Criterion Theatre in Piccadilly Circus. At which point, young 17-year-old that he was, hailed a taxi. It's quite an extravagance for a 17-year-old. Hailed a taxi, clambered into the back, and said, "Sir, take me to the Café Royal." Now, of course, for those of you who know the Café Royal, you can actually see the Café Royal from the Criterion Theatre. It's about as far away as that Christmas tree is from me. But he got a taxi. Now, he tells me, when he retells the story, he tells me that he did it by mistake. But do we believe that? You know, I mean, testimonials from bookies of Glorious Goodwood aside, you know, we know that he's extravagant, so I chose some pretty extravagant songs. It was also around this time that Derek met his wife of over 50 years, Mary, my grandmother. And obviously we'd all love for her to be able to be here tonight, but I'm sure she's watching from wherever she is. But they met, you may not all know this, but they met on a blind date. They actually met on a blind date and they got married and were married for over 50 years, 2 children, grandchildren, the lot. So, you know, we live in a cynical world and people don't believe that love at first sight works anymore, but, you know,
There's your proof. So I would like to dedicate this next song. I'll get to it in a minute. I'd like to... Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Okay, this song is for my grandparents.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting, something in your smile was so exciting, something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, until the moment when we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away, and ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight, in love forever, it turned out so right, we're strangers in the night. Don't go anywhere. We'll go straight into the next one. You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire. From the trees and high, sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire. And the stars went in winter under an honest moon, burning above. It'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come home to. fun now. That's very nice. Thank you. Still a few people at the back haven't come up to dance yet. I'm watching all of you. Okay. This next song we'd like to do something a little bit different. On this number, I would just like to duet with our keyboard player, fabulous John Cooper, on this. This is actually a family request, this song, so I hope we do it some justice. And we're going to do a nice low key, haven't we? It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found for somebody who would make me be true, would make me be blue. Or you'd be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some other I've seen might never be me, might never be cross, try to be boss, they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Hold on a second. This next song, there is a story behind this. You're probably wondering why you've got Derek's big ugly grandson up here singing when you could have a girl, you know, so I'll tell you why. When Derek first conceived of wanting to do this show and wanting to get us all to go up and sing, he said to me, he said, Sam, I want some glamour in the show. I want something really glamorous. So, I mean, obviously having two grandsons wasn't a very good start, but we went through a whole saga. We actually searched from as far north as Sweden and to as far south as Zimbabwe to try and find a beautiful, soulful, singing sensation to come here and sing for you. You ended up with me. But this next song is a beautiful song, and I'd like to dedicate it to the girls, actually Sarah and Jessica, who almost made it here to entertain you tonight, but for various reasons couldn't. So, when you're ready, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes when she walks, she's like a silver that swings so cool and sways so gentle, and when she passes, each one she
it's low. Doesn't like California, 'cause down there it's cold and it's damp. And so why the lady, that is why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty much done now, so we can get on to the main event of the evening. I think Elvis has just landed in his private plane over there in West Hampton or somewhere. They're going to drive him over in his limo, so he'll be with you in a few minutes. Before I go, there's one more little story I'd like to tell you about Derek, just because this is my big chance. I waited till he got to 80 to do all this, so, you know. As some of you may or may not be aware, I always refer to Derek and to, you guys are listening to me, I'll tell the story to you. Hi. I'm telling a story about you, Derek. You might want to hear, you might have to answer. No. Okay. I've always referred to my grandparents on my mum's side as Geggy and Grary. Now, I mean, they're straightforward enough pet names. And the Grary is really easy, because when you're a kid and you're 3 years old and somebody asks you to try and say Granny Mary, Grary's kind of an obvious thing from that. But how does Grandad Derek become Geggy? Well, I'll tell you why, because I got confused, because I was only about 3. Mum said to Geggy, said, what would you like young Sam to call you? And his response was not, oh, Gramps or Grandad or Grandpa Derek or something. He said, well, I think Admiral. But then he toned it down. He said, no, maybe just Sir. So me trying to say Admiral Sir Grandpa Derek came out as Geggy. So I just thought I'd leave you with that. I'm going to clear all this off the stage now, and when the band next strike up, we will move forward in time again. And I think you probably recognise what you hear. So thank you very much.
join. That's all right now, mama, any way you do. That's all right now, mama, any way you do.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Take it down, Bob.
Lord Almighty, I feel the temperature rising. High, it's burning through to my soul. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're gonna set me on fire. Rain is name, I know which way to go. Yeah, 'cause the king's gonna be high. But that sweet song of fire.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is Frank Sinatra. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. We're doing lots of songs, old ones, new ones, weird ones. Hope this thing that you like. This next one is a good old rhythm and blues number. It's called Johnny B.
Who never even learned to read or write so well. When he could play the guitar just like a
that woke me up anyway. Poke salad, Annie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my breath back. Drink some straight vodka, man. It's good for you. Okay. Now we got an next place. We got... All right, we got a clue now?
Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. Standing at the end of the lonely street, I'm able to you'll be so lonely, baby. You'll be so lonely. You'll be so lonely you could die. Well, it's always crowded. Still find some room for broken-hearted lovers to cry down in the blues. You'll be so lonely, baby. You'll be so lonely. You'll be so lonely they could die. Play it, Bob.
You'll be so lonely you would die. Thank you. Oldie but goodie for you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what we're doing. We've never done this before, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what we're doing. It's the first time I met this guy. What's his name? Oh. Yeah. James Burton over here, yeah. What we got next? Blue suede shoe. Loose suede shoe. How's it go? Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. You get it ready now, go, seven my blue suede shoe. You can do anything, oh, my blue suede shoe. Well, you can knock me down, seven my face, seven my ass all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, but I'm gonna take off my shoes. Seven my blue suede shoe. You can do anything, oh, my blue suede shoe. Well, shoot down, shoot down. You can do anything, but they all my feet go. Shoot down. Same chord, isn't it? You ready? Well, the bless of my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm missing like a man on a fuzzy tree. I'm gonna say I'm acting a wild lover, man, hey, I'm on a sugar, yeah. My hands are shaking, my knees are weak, I can't seem to stand on my own feet. Ooh, do you think I'm gonna dance in a little bit of love? Hey, I'm on a sugar, yeah. I'm a real honest, I'm on my mind, I'm a real mixed up, I'm a real wine, but I need a girl, I love it, you know my heart beats so it's scared, I mean, I never see talk. I have what I feel like I lose a lot, I'm walking on the side, I'm glad to see the truth, but a good one in the oh, she got it, yeah, yeah, oh, she man, I haven't done these songs in about 30 years, I tell you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my first movie was terrible. No, wait a minute. My first movie was called Love Me Tender. I had to sing something everywhere. Love me tender, love me true. You have made my life forever complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true. All my dreams fulfill. Oh my darling, I love you, and I always will. Thank you. Who wants it, you know? Oh, I'm gonna tough way, man, looking boy. yeah. Now someone throw it back. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, give me a seat. Nothing but a bullfrog. No, wait a minute. You know what I'm gonna do yet, you know. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Okay, this next song, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special request for Derek out there. This is a special tribute to his late wife Mary. Suspicious minds, get on here, baby. We're caught in a trip. I came walking, returned that love. train. I can't hold it because I love you too much, baby. Oh, I can't you see what you doing to me? When you don't believe what I'm saying. Go back. Don't let it change. I can't walk it because I love you. gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have survived the night this far, we're going to bring our evening to a close now.
We're all getting up on this dance floor to have a dance right now.
Everyone's going to come up and dance, and Jim and I and the band
We're going to fall over.
We're going to sing some songs together before we fall over. And this is a special request from Derek. It's called Feedback. Hello. And it's called Good Night, Sweetheart. And it's the way that we're going to end the evening. So, when you're ready, guys.
This was always sung at the end of those wonderful evenings back in the old war.
Sweetheart,
join in if you know it.
all my prayers are for you. Good night, sweetheart. I'll be watching over you. Tears and parting may make us forlorn, but with the dawn of new day.
Join in if you know it. And if you don't know it, still join in.
Good night, sweetheart.
Look on the back of your menus.
Vanish sorrow. Good night, sweetheart. Till we meet tomorrow. Dreams and you. In them dear I'll hold you. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Play, John.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for coming along tonight to celebrate Derek's 80th. It's been a wonderful evening, and you all have been a wonderful audience.
Thank you very much.
Please do join us in the final chorus of this song, so we'll all say goodnight, sweetheart, together.
Good night, sweetheart.
Sweet